On to Meghan, and she's out podcasting again this week. This comment has gained a bit of traction online and in the media.
Do you have conversations with your kids about money? Like, how are you even beginning to think about that type of thing?
Well, we sometimes do a little farmer's market stand.
Nice.
So we have...
That's so American. I love that idea. Like a little lemonade stand just makes me feel like that
yes.
is like perfect Americana in Montecito with a farm stand.
But
like,
we do...
Beautiful.
We grow a lot of veggies, and part of what I want them...
Go and sell these.
Part of what I want them to learn is, and gardening is really, really so great for children because it teaches them patience, teaches them to value and appreciate their food.
Louise, why all the angst?
Well, it's more fiction from Meghan dressed up as authenticity, isn't it? I mean, it should be a wholesome moment where the children are growing their own fruit and veg and there's surplus of that, so they're actually selling it to their mates and obviously probably donating the money. But there's no evidence this actually happened. And also, given her obsession with privacy for the kids, which I do support, I might add, why not just do it, you know, off the books and not actually go onto a, you know, multi-million-dollar podcast and crow about it? It's just, there was also a basket of fruit and veg, I believe, and some of it looked like it was out of season. So I just think, why is she going on about this when in fact it's not really the lesson more about teaching kids about money and the value of growing your own food. It's the way she delivers it. It's just totally fake. And I just wish she'd stop. And actually, if she wants to do that with her kids, just do it in private. Don't crow about it.
Which brings me on to the next part. And still on that appearance, she had this to say about telling the truth.
If you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch, is there anything that you would do differently?
Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Angela, it's a bit rich, isn't it?
Well, that's obviously, that comment is a dig at the royal family. She's suggesting that the royal family hasn't told the truth. The fact is, we know that on multiple occasions, Meghan has not told the truth, or her truth seems somewhat diluted. During her interview with Oprah all those years ago, there were so many untruths in that. She said that she and Harry had married beforehand. The Archbishop had to come out and say, well, no, it wasn't. There was no formal marriage beforehand. She said that Archie was not going to have a title because he was not loved as much, or, you know, there was not the feeling for him. The fact is that he was never going to have a title because under protocol, he was never going to have one till Prince Charles became king. You know, she said that she didn't have access to mental health support, and yet she and Harry and Kate and William were part of the Heads Together charity, and Kate's brother has suffered from depression at length. So, of course, they would have had contacts with mental health support agencies and people who could have helped her. So I think the irony is that she whatever she says, you can usually turn it back on her that it's not a truth about her. And to Louise's point, I totally agree that the more we hear from Meghan, the less we like her, the less credible she seems. And that doesn't often happen in public life. The more typically that we get to know people in the public eye, celebrities, the more we get a sense of them and we like them more. This is the complete opposite.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very fair observation, actually. And after more will she, won't she about Meghan's as ever products, more products have hit her online store this week. Here's what she had to say.
We spent so much time making sure we had so much more inventory. That's why we took the time, and you guys are doing it again. We're nearly sold out on everything, and I can't believe it. Even flower sprinkles, which I knew was going to be the big one again, so that has more inventory than all of it. And that's also about to sell out.
Louise, I've only got just under a minute left. Why all this fuss, and why all this kite flying about additional products and lines?
Well, she's created this scarcity mindset. She's used the oldest trick in the marketing book, which is create FOMO, only stock a limited amount of product, and people rush to buy it. So she's continuing with that theme, which she did with the previous stock she had on the website. So people are calling it out because she's making out it's all you guys, and we had so much inventory, and it's all sold out, and I can't believe it. I mean, it's absolute rubbish. That's been the strategy from day one with this website. I believe that the new products were apricot preserve or some kind of spread and orange blossom honey, and apparently now she wants to go into selling wine or rosé as well. And I also heard, rather ludicrously, earlier this week that she wants to have a stab at being a fashion designer like Victoria Beckham. So God knows where the next plan will go here. But definitely the strategy is create FOMO. It's not as though she accidentally woke up one day and the inventory had vanished. It was planned that way.
Very good. Thank you, Louise Roberts and Angela Mollard.